Hey guys, so today what I'm going to be taking you through is how to make a basic hallway table on Autodesk Inventor. So I'm going to start off by pressing on New and going to, so if this wasn't originally open, which sometimes it's not, I'll go to Metric and then I'll go to Standard Millimeters IPT and create that. So what I'm going to be doing is making a project that is out of square tubing as well as some pine planks for the top. So what I'm going to start off by doing is making all of the parts for the frame. So to do that, I need to make some square tubing. So start sketch, selecting the top layer, transfer things around so it says top that way. What I'm going to start by doing is making a rectangle, and I'll make that 25.4 by 25.4, so 25.4, and then pressing tab and then typing it in again, and I get my square. I can press on top there to zoom in. Now using the offset tool, I'm going to come in 1.6 millimeters because that is the size, the thickness, sorry, of the square tubing we have at our work. You can see there that I've got my two-dimensional outline of that. Now the height of my table is going to be 750 mil tall. Now I need to make sure I'm careful here because I don't want to press on the outside because it'll extrude all of it. I want to press on the inside, it'll just extrude the inside. I want that part there because you can see it's making my actual outside section of my square tubing. And I said I wanted that 750, and this essentially is because after we cut some 45s, it's going to end up being about 700 high. So I've done that there. Next step, what I want to do is cut some 45s on this. I might save it first very quickly, so file, save. I'm going to save it in the Autodesk one there, projects, so as hallway table 750. Alright, and save that like that. Okay, now I've got that saved there. I'm going to quickly do my 45 on the end. What we're going to do is start with a line. I'm going to go along the line we already have there and then bring one line over this way and go, okay, so now I can dimension this and have it become 45 degrees. Okay, and then all I need to do is actually extend this along until it meets up with there, and that's keeping the angle. Now I've done that end, I need to make a matching one going in the opposite direction down the other end. So remembering that angle's that way, I make the angle this way. So line, just double checking. I always like double check so I don't want to get this wrong. Alright. Start off with a straight line again, and then coming up this way. There we go, and that's another way you can do it there. You can actually, it will snap to 45. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, so that's why I did it that way first, because that is the foolproof way to do it. And then I can cut these out. I need to zoom in a little bit to make sure I press on the right spot. And we're going to cut. Okay, and now we're left with a nice bit of square tubing. It's cut 45s. So I actually need two of those, so either side of my uprights. And now I need a smaller one to go in between. That will be 450. So I need to go, I'm going to press save on that. And I'm actually going to just alter this one. So that what I can do, the trick for this is if I right click on this and I go edit feature, and I can change this to 450. And then go OK, accept, and then I can edit this sketch. And try to make sure that this is 45 in here. Alright, so that's attached to there, that's attached to there, finish that. And we've got our 45s again. And then I can go file and make sure I press save as, not save, saving over the top of what we already had. Make sure I go into here. I'll have to obviously move that other one later that I've saved outside of it. So there we go, I've got my 450. So that's both ends covered. I'm going to have one going in between. So for that, I'm actually just going to delete that. So now I've got my square tube, because it's just going to go butt joint right down the middle of it. So, and then I'm going to edit the extrusion we had, because hallway tables are longer. So if I edit this feature and make it 1000, then go OK. Alright, and then file, save as, and save that as 1000. Okay, and the final thing I need is my planks. So for that, I'm going to start a new sketch. Oh, no, I'm not pressing on that one. File, need a new part. Always double check, go to tools, document settings, and check units, because it could change it over to inches, even though we set it to millimeters at the start, which is super frustrating. I'd love to know why it does that. And then we're starting a 2D sketch. Now, so if this is 450 across, we're actually going to make this the standard size of 70 by 19 pine planks that are going across it. So if I go rectangle and start here, and so I need this to be 70, tab, 19, enter. And we've got our 70 by 19 little plank end there. And so if I go 3D model, extrude, I'm going to extrude that. So it's 1000 long from the base, adding on then 50 from either side. So that's going to be 1150. So what I'm actually going to do is make this 1200. So there's a bit of overlap on the end. Okay, and then the final things that I'm going to do is actually open up documents, Autodesk projects. Is why it's important to make sure you know where everything is, and we'll open up the 450 as well. So now I've got everything open down here in the bottom left. You might not be able to see all of them because of my head. And then finally, what I'm going to do, make sure I select mild steel or steel for these. So if I go to tools, material, and then I'm going to go down to steel, and we're going to assign that to selected. Same with this one, tools, materials. So this way we've made our different materials, we've identified within this that they are the right material. There we go. Cool. Just forgetting right now though, I need to actually press save after each of these, so that way I'm keeping up with what I'm doing. I'll change this material. The closest we have to pine is birch, so we'll assign that. And then I'll save that one. Alright. Pine 70 by 19 by 1200. It is important to try to save it by the measurements. And then the final one here, materials, we'll go down to steel again. Pressing that arrow actually assigns it up here, and we'll hit save. So that's fantastic. So you can see there we've actually got every bit of this ready to go. It might look like, oh, we've only got one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, but when we actually assemble this, it's going to show you a lot better how they actually all go together. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and please look forward to the next video where we actually assemble all these bits together to make our final product.